Hey there. So you're getting ready for your Safari Guide quiz? Perfect. You're in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break down all the essential skills from your training materials. And the goal isn't just to help you pass, but to help you feel totally confident and ready for anything out in the bush. So here's how we're going to tackle this. We've broken it all down into 6 key areas that really build on each other, kind of like your skills in the field. We'll start with your professional foundation, then move into connecting with guests, crafting that perfect safari story, navigating tricky situations, and mastering teamwork. And then we'll wrap it all up with a final check to make sure you are absolutely ready to ace that quiz. All right, let's dive right in with section 1, your professional foundation. Now, this is way more than just a box to tick on your assessment. It really is the bedrock of everything you do. You've got to think of it as setting the stage for an incredible guest experience. And it covers everything from the moment you wake up to long after the drive is over. This is such a simple but powerful idea to hold on to. Professionalism isn't just some switch you flip when the guests arrive. It starts way before that. It's a mindset, A mindset of respect for your guests, for your team, and for your environment. And honestly, it's that proactive approach that really separates the good guides from the truly great ones. Okay, think of this as your pre-drive ritual. And listen up, because these points are almost guaranteed to pop up on your quiz. Being punctual isn't just about being on time, it's about giving yourself a cushion for the unexpected. A neat uniform? That shows respect. Being prepared means the drive is going to run smoothly. And being proactive? Thinking ahead about sunscreen and comfort bags, that shows your guests you're one step ahead, always prioritizing their experience. All right, so once you've got that professional foundation locked down, the next layer is connecting with your guests. This is all about managing their expectations and making them feel like this safari is theirs. It's a huge part of your quiz, and it really focuses on how you personalize the whole experience. Oh yeah, you can bet your quiz is going to throw a scenario just like this at you. How do you handle a vehicle full of completely different passions? Well, the key isn't to pick a favorite, but to become a master weaver, blending everyone's interests into one amazing safari story. And here's the pro way to handle that, broken down into 3 super simple steps. First, you just ask. Then you acknowledge their interests throughout the drive. I love this example. Even if you can't find a leopard, you can point to a perfect climbing tree and say, this is classic leopard territory. And finally, you balance it all. This approach makes every single guest feel heard and valued, which is, of course, the ultimate goal. Okay, now for the fun part. The real art of guiding, storytelling. This is how you take the experience from just a checklist of animals to a rich, unforgettable narrative. This whole section is about turning what you see into a story. This sighting formula is your secret weapon for storytelling. I mean, it's so simple, but it's incredibly effective. Instead of just saying, that's an impala, you interpret its behavior. What is it doing right now? What was it doing before we got here? And what might it do next? Answering these questions turns a simple sighting into a story and shows your guests you're a true interpreter of the bush. And this quote, man, it just nails it, doesn't it? Rattling off facts is not guiding. Anyone can read a field guide. Your guests are there for your interpretation, your unique ability to connect the dots and bring the wilderness to life right there in front of them. This sequence right here is a perfect roadmap for any sighting, and you're definitely going to want to know it for your quiz. It starts with that moment of discovery. Your excitement is contagious. Then give them a quiet moment to just look and listen. Point out specific details. Engage them with questions. Interpret what's happening right here, right now. And crucially, always conclude the sighting properly before you even think about driving off. All right, let's talk about the tricky stuff. Every guide faces challenging moments. And your assessment is absolutely going to check if you know the right way to respond. These are the situations that truly test your professionalism and your character. This is such a classic quiz question because it's not really about what you know, but about how you handle not knowing. The right answer always shows honesty and humility. Saying, you know what, I don't know, but I will find out for you builds so much more trust than just trying to guess. Okay, here's another one. A really common challenge, a disruptive guest. Your ability to handle this gracefully is vital. You're balancing the experience for everyone else in the vehicle with the welfare of the animal. And yeah, that's a delicate act. And this is the only right answer. It's all about balancing that guest experience with animal welfare, and it's the standard of conduct everyone expects. You address the issue calmly, and you explain the why behind your request, which helps keep the atmosphere positive. Right. You are not out there alone. Understanding and respecting that guide tracker dynamic is absolutely essential for a successful safari. And you better believe it'll be covered in your quiz. This partnership is really the engine of the entire game drive. This relationship is something the guests can actually feel. When the guide and tracker work together seamlessly, it creates a kind of magical experience. It is not a boss-employee situation. It is a true partnership. Each person has a vital role, and the best teams operate with total trust and respect. They leave their egos at the door. Knowing who does what will absolutely help you answer any teamwork questions. As the guide, sure, you lead the guest communication, but you rely on and you highlight your tracker's expertise, especially when it comes to tracks. Respecting these roles is what creates that seamless, amazing experience for your guests. Okay, deep breath. Let's pull it all together. This is your chance to really test yourself. I want you to pause after each question and see if you can answer it based on everything we've just covered. Ready? First up, think back to the very beginning. Can you name the core components of professionalism we talked about in Section 1? Take a second. You should be able to recall them pretty quickly. All right, next one. Can you recall that key storytelling technique? That simple three-part structure that helps you interpret any animal behavior you see out there. What is it? And for the last one, let's test your knowledge on handling those difficult situations professionally. Remember what we said? Honesty builds trust. So what do? Look, if you can answer those questions without hesitating, you are in great shape to ace this thing. Your quiz is about so much more than just facts. It's about your approach, your technique, and your professional conduct. Because at the end of the day, great guiding really just comes down to one thing: creating a connection. You are the bridge between your guests and the wilderness. You've got the tools, you've got the techniques we've covered. Go into that quiz knowing you're not just being tested on facts. You're being asked to show that you can be a true storyteller. Good luck.